What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. French Montana's MC4 was scheduled for an August 19th release. Unfortunately, it was pushed back just days before it was supposed to be out. And the new date is October 14th. But that could change because the album leaked. How did it leak? Well, physical copies were already pressed up and sent out to Target. Target put them out on August 19th. And while the date in their system changed and you couldn't buy it, there was no doubt in anybody's mind that someone was going to find a way to steal it, whether it was a customer, an employee. The album was pretty much destined to leak at this point. And I think Epic has handled this terribly. They should have put the album out officially this past Tuesday to combat the leak, because by October, if that is still what they're aiming for, the album is going to be stale, it's going to be old. We're already moved on from it. I don't know anybody that's really going to buy and support it. So French Montana is really getting the short end of the stick here. The thing that really irks me the most is that they made French Montana lie and say it was sample clearances. L.A. Reid did an interview on Rap Radar's podcast, and he basically said that French didn't have the buzz, and that's why they pushed it back. It had nothing to do with sample clearances, obviously, because they printed up all the copies of the album and sent them out. But L.A. Reid saying that they didn't have the buzz, like, if they didn't have the buzz, they should have pushed it back long before they had physical copies ready and sent out. That's just an idiotic move on their behalf. So it sucks, but the album is out. I've had a chance to digest this, so we have to talk about it. Starting things off, let's talk about the album's most lyrical moment. It's titled Have Mercy. It features Jadakiss, Beanie Sigel, and Styles P. This is like a lyrical hip-hop fan's wet dream, just having these three on one record together. Now, I gotta give French his props because he didn't sound awful. Compared to some of the other songs on here, he held his own to what he can do with his abilities. But naturally, you're going to get overshadowed and even renegated by these three MCs who made a career off of their bars. So you have Beanie Sigel, who drops a verse that's just crazy. In his verse, he references two Biggie lines, two very famous Biggie lines, and even says rest in peace to B.I.G.G.I. You can tell the verse from Beanie is old because it's his old voice. He got shot in 2015 and he had to have a lung removed, and that changed his voice. If you listen to him in the last 6 months on Pusha T's album, he dropped the record with Jadakiss. He sounds different, but on this record, Have Mercy, he sounds like his old self. And while he had my favorite verse, I really enjoyed Jadakiss and Styles P as well. Probably Styles P more than Jadakiss this time around. I think Jadakiss had a very fluid verse, but Styles P had like the more quotables out of it. You have Styles P who really just comes through with the get them choked with their jeans, get them murked in their bins, give a fuck about these rappers, care less about their friends. Later in the verse he says, this is Beanie Sigel, French kissing ghost. Fuck around and have you murdered, make you French kiss a ghost. Like, I enjoyed his verse. But again, Beanie Sigel had the most lyrical verse on there. The outro is called Max and Chinks / Paid For. It's 9 minutes long, but it's probably one of French Montana's most honest verses. He doesn't sit here and get deep and talk about his feelings a lot. So he talks about how he lost his two brothers. Max B is locked up. Chinks was gunned down last year, unfortunately. And so he's talking about them. And then his mom even leads a prayer that kind of segues between the two records. After he does his verse on Max and Chinks, then you get Paid For. I love Paid For the simple fact that we get a Max B verse that isn't spit over the phone. Max B is the whole reason why you have Sermon's Domain. I lifted the domain part from Public Domain 2 in the end of 2007. That's when he dropped Public Domain 2, so I lifted that. So I always love hearing Max B. And then Chinks. And then aside from that, it's like they sound like they're supposed to be on the record. It doesn't sound like two different verses from two different songs pieced together and French is trying to force it. No, it sounds good, minus that hook, of course. But I like the record. I think it was another big moment for French just to be able to honor those two in that way. Here's what I don't like about French sometimes. He tends to overdo it. For the intro, which is titled Ready, he's trying too hard to flow on that beat and it just doesn't work for him. And he does that again on I'm Heated. The beat for I'm Heated is fire. It's great. It's in anybody else's hands, they would have killed that beat. But unfortunately, French just doesn't sound good. He's all over the place and his lyrics are awful. He says, I got my sandals, no socks. I ain't paying for the box. It's a very French Montana-esque line, but it sucks. So you have that. A lot of the songs on MC4 are disappointing. Mostly the single songs. You know, the ones without guest features. Check Come. I hate that record. It's about French Montana saying when his check comes, he's going to be leaving that hoe. Who is this hoe? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense for the record to exist. It's the type of record that you floss on, but he fails to capture the magic of other songs in that sort of category. I think French is at his best when he's doing when he's being able to show off his charisma and also do his auto-tune singing, like on Play Yourself or Figure It Out. Those are like the best French Montana moments for me. MC4 is basically everything that you expect it to be. I think if French ever drops a greatest hits album, he'll have a lot of great music because he's consistent. But as an artist that drops albums and mixtapes, I don't think he has one body of work that I can listen to from start to finish and mostly be pleased with. It's just moments here and there. And that there's some songs on the album that are light years ahead of others, like Lockjaw. I love that record. It's an undeniable single. I found myself going back to that record a lot. I think if French was able to kind of capture the magic of Lockjaw and other standout moments like Figure It Out, like I Have Mercy, even the honesty that's behind Max and Chink / Paid For. Like, if he was able to really put the focus on his strength, he could create a body of work that's great from start to finish. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but like I said, MC4 is exactly what you expect it to be. So, let me know what you think about French Montana's MC4 in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter @SermonsDomain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.